The year 2024, just like we said before, definitely made a stamp in the fashion sphere when it came to the fashion events and the red carpet showings. And although we did have some really iconic and jaw-dropping looks, on the other hand, we definitely had our fair share of looks that made us really confused. So in this video, we will be counting down to some of the more questionable looks that we experienced together this year from our favorite celebrities, because that in itself was just giving a hot boo-boo mess. So here are the top 10 worst fashion moments from 2024. Take a look. First up on our worst dress list, we have the super talented pop star Katy Perry. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this red strapless two-piece by Ellie Misnear for the Billboard Women in Music Award, and she was styled by the amazing Tatiana Waterford. And I can clearly just remember the reaction to her just wearing this look. People just felt like she was trying too hard to be in this new era of fashion, and unfortunately for Katy, I did share the exact same sentiment as the people. I mean, there was just something really forced about her just trying so hard to be risque and sexy, and it just did not give what it was supposed to give. I just felt like she was just trying to cosplay dressing like a Gen Z to amass more appeal, but it just wasn't really working for me. Now, from the fabric choice to the style of the look, especially when she turned around to review that strappy blacklist moment, it just felt really hard to watch. Overall, this look may have been experimental, but the big question definitely has to be, did it work out eventually? I really don't think so. So yeah, this look is still gonna have to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the eclectic dancing diva Jojo Siwa. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this black mesh bejeweled jumpsuit moment for the iHeartRadio Awards, and honestly, this just looked a hot boo-boo mess to me for sure. I mean, I definitely just remembered how confused I was seeing this look for the first time. It just felt really costumey, kind of like she was prepping to go for a WWE championship match, which just seemed really odd to me since she was trying to get people to take her more seriously as an adult. I guess for me, the running theme here was that she was just trying too hard to go from that baby girl notion that we had of her to just becoming someone who is more serious and sexual, but the taste level to me just felt a bit questionable for sure. I mean, sure, if this was a Halloween party or even Comic-Con, this look would have been really quite nice, but for a red carpet, it just did not make any sense to me, and there was just kind of like a disconnect for me. This look was definitely a chop then, and it still most certainly is going to be a chop now. So yeah, it's just chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the Cannes queen herself, Bella Hadid. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this brown mesh midi dress by Saint Laurent from their autumn-winter 2024 collection for the Cannes Film Festival. And this was definitely one fashion flop that I remember happening vividly this year. I mean, we had such high hopes and expectation for the Queen of Cannes, as she is popularly called. The anticipation was definitely real, and everyone just expected for her to show up in something very grandeur and fashion forward, seeing that she has had such strong track record when it comes to like the fashion. However, just showing up in what looks like a mass-produced Shein dress was just very underwhelming and diabolical at the same time. I mean, in my head, I kept asking myself, is this all of the look? Because there was no way we waited all this while just for her to appear like this. I mean, the overall look just felt too basic and boring, and although Bella's face card never declined, this look in itself was just borderline tacky and definitely filing for bankruptcy. So yeah, this look was just bound to always be a chop for me, so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the tennis icon Serena Williams. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this golden asymmetric draped long dress by Balenciaga for the Met Gala, and she was styled by the beautiful Sarah McLeod. And her fashion flops at this point were getting a little concerning because every red carpet appearance of hers were just a bit questionable, and this look for the Met Gala just really drove home that point. I mean, it just felt like her team and her stylists were just out to sabotage her, because Why in the hell was this look even considered to be worn to the Met Gala? Now, aside from this look having nothing to do with the theme, it just looks really tacky to me. I mean, for the choice of the fabric to the execution of the dress, it just felt very crafty to me and I just could not get behind it. Also, just because this dress was a maxi dress with a train, it just felt too overwhelming for her, kind of like the dress was wearing her and not the other way around, and that is just always going to be a no-no in my book. More so, the styling choice to have her wear those gloves and the boots were definitely just floppy to me because this look just felt really clunky to me. Overall, this was definitely a time of fashion mishap for Serena, so it absolutely is going to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the legendary superstar and business mogul Rihanna. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this white strapless corset top and a fishnet maxi jacket by Alaya for New York Fashion Week. And I love Rihanna and I love her fashions. However, the saying that goes, "it is ugly until Rihanna wears it," is not really applicable in this instance because this dress to me just remained in the realm of being ugly, and that was just a bit gaggy to me. I mean, everything about this look just felt a bit off and icky to me because it just had no real structure, the construction was questionable, and it just ended up looking like what it was, a fishnet. I mean, yeah, maybe if I needed to go to the riverbank to catch some fishes, this look would have definitely sufficed, but for an actual fashion show, this to me just looked a hot boo-boo mess. Now, the white corset that we see on the other hand just really wasn't helping matters at all. It just felt a tad bit too undersized, and it just looks like her chachas were literally fighting for their lives. Overall, this look by Rihanna for a fashion show just felt a bit wonky to me, so it has to be a chop for me. Next up on our list, we have the reality TV star and businesswoman Kim Kardashian. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, we had her in this white strapless corset top, a pair of white bomb shorts, and a jacket by Mugler from the archives for the Academy Museum Gala, and she was styled by the amazing Danny Levi, and to herself, she must have thought that she absolutely was eating up this look and leaving no crumbs, but that in itself just could not be further from the truth. Now, my main issue about this look has to be the fit of the pieces because just seeing this look on the model, it actually just looks really decent and something just really fabulous. However, just the way it was sitting on her body just kind of cheapened the entire look in such a way that just really took me out of the fashion fantasy. I mean, it just looked like she was wearing adult diapers just because the fit of those bomb shorts just felt a bit crumpled to me. Now, the nude stockings on the other hand that we see just felt super out of place, and the open toe clear shoes was definitely just diabolical. Overall, this look definitely just failed to translate that major slay that she was thinking, so it has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the super eccentric Jared Leto. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, he had on this black trench jacket, a white organza shirt, and a pair of black boxer briefs by Macy Margiela for Vogue World Paris, and he was styled by the incredible Michael Filuzzi. And I can just remember calling this look an urban monstrosity, and I really just do not take that back because that is exactly what this look is and was. I mean, what was he really hoping to achieve with this look? None of the pieces worked together or make sense. It just felt super messy and chaotic to me, and I just was a bit confused by it. I mean, I'm all for like being experimental, especially for like a fashion event. However, just pairing some boxer briefs with like a clear shirt and just throwing a jacket over that just isn't going to cut it for me. I mean, this look in itself just crossed the line of what reasonability should be, and I just could not get behind it. Yeah, this look was definitely a chop for me then, and it's still going to be a chop for me now. Next up on our list, we have the legend superstar model herself, Tyra Banks. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, she had on this black jumpsuit, a silver striped corset, and a maxi cape for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And this was definitely another instance where I had such high hopes for like a look, and I just ended up being very dissatisfied and disappointed together. I mean, for a closing look, This look just felt really out of place with the rest of the looks, and that in itself just really bothered me. I mean, this look in itself was not a lingerie set in any shape or form, and it just really seemed odd to me as to what they were selling to me. I mean, this just made no sense, even from a marketing standpoint. Also, I still stand by what I said, that she should have definitely closed the show with some sort of like wings, because just the exclusion of that and the inclusion of this cape just felt a bit laughable to me. Overall, let's just say that Tyra definitely overpromised and underdelivered with this look, so it definitely has to be a chop for me. Up next on our list, we have the super talented rapstress herself, Remy Ma. And for our 2024 worst fashion moment, she had on this fully stoned mini gown for the BET Awards, and this was just truly trashy fashion at its finest. I mean, it just felt a tad bit too desperate and exposed, and it just did absolutely nothing for me. I mean, like I said before, this dress was just too exposed for me, and visually it just did not look pretty, and it just felt like a competition of who could show the most body part. This look in itself just left no room for imagination. It felt really tacky, and honestly, it just needs to be burnt in a dustbin somewhere. So yeah, this look definitely by Remy Ma just failed to bring the glamour and the elevation, so it has to be a chop for me. Finally, on our 2024 worst fashion moment, we have the beautiful Elfina, and for the Governor's Award 2024, she had on this minty green maxi dress by Valentino from their Spring Summer 2025 ready-to-wear collection, and she was styled by the amazing Samantha McMillian, and this was definitely a more recent fashion atrocity that just really stood out to me, just because I can admit to myself that this new Valentino aesthetics is just not doing it for me. Now, there's just something very dated about this look, and not even in a nostalgic type of way. I mean, it just looks like an old stuffy grandma dress, and maybe this would have been really fabulous and glamorous in the 70s, but it just looks really costumey to me right now for this red carpet, kind of something I would see on a stage play, and that for a red carpet is an absolute no-no for me. It just really lacks the polish and the elevation for me, so it just has to be a chop for me. Alright guys, we have come to the ending of today's video. In today's video, I shared with you guys my top 10 worst fashion moments from 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And yeah, I'll definitely be seeing you guys in the next video. But for now, it is bye for now. Au revoir and happy holidays.